heard of the biggest political scandal in America? The Zipper scandal. In 1998, President Bill Clinton was exposed for having an affair with a White House intern. It all started with Paula. In January 1994, a couple went to see a lawyer's wife. They talked about something that happened 2 years earlier. Paula was a state employee in Arkansas one day. The governor called her to his hotel room. She thought it was about work. Instead,
he'd taken it out, his business, right out in the air. And then he asked me to kiss it.
What'd you do?
She said she refused and walked out. Now, the tabloids made it headline news. Her husband kept failing job interviews. They wanted the president to apologize and help her husband get work. The lawyer said it was a harassment case.
I ain't tough enough to sue the president of the United States. I'm gonna be honest with you all about that, but maybe if we get some attention on you, his people will settle quick to keep us quiet.
Soon, they held a press conference, but reporters only wanted the room detail.
Did he touch you?
Did
he expose himself?
You say workplace, but you and the governor were in a private hotel room, correct?
Paula froze on stage, not knowing how to answer. The conference ended awkwardly. Republicans noticed. They brought in 2 top lawyers. They pushed Paula to sue the president. Paula drew the president's private features. That move put the case in the national spotlight. Republicans gave her strategy and support. Even the head of the women's organization joined in. She transformed Paula from a country woman to a city lady. In front of cameras, Paula's voice grew stronger. The Supreme Court decided to step in. The president denied everything. To protect his career, he offered a private settlement. $700,000. Paula was tempted, but her husband insisted on an apology. The lawsuit continued. That was when they started looking for new evidence. My name was on their list. Back then, it was my first time in the West Wing. Seeing him was like seeing another world. He smiled at me. His eyes were real and dangerous. I didn't step back. He found excuses to see me. He asked me to bring pizza to the Oval Office. At that moment, we both knew it was more than work. For 5 months, we were reckless. I gave him all my heart. Until he said, for the election, I had to leave the White House. He promised to bring me back. I believed him. I went to the Pentagon. It felt like being thrown into a dark corner. That's where I met Linda.
I'm ready to write the book about my time in the White House.
Dear, it brings me no pleasure to say this, but you missed the moments.
She wanted to write a tell-all book, but nobody wanted it, unless she had fresh, explosive news. She treated me warmly one day. She saw my desk calendar. The last page marked the election day. That was my countdown to going back to him. She smiled, but her eyes lit up. For half a year, my life was only about waiting for him. After work, I sat by the phone. At work, the first thing I did was print his schedule. Linda became my only friend. I told her almost everything. On election day, I dressed up and watched him on TV. He hugged Hillary, and my heart trembled. In my mind, I was the one in his arms. The next morning, I went to the White House celebration. In the crowd, he held my hand and whispered in my ear. I thought everything would return to how it was. And then, the phone rang.